Hey everybody, it's me and Cheddar Chip. Are you growling at me? Do I have bad vibes? Because that's what we're talking about today. Cheddar Chip and I are talking about bad vibes and how to clear them. I know it sounds incredibly simple, but bad vibes or bad energy, I know it sounds like it's a really California thing. I'm gonna own like my Siddiqi Ray, my granola essence, and you kind of look a little like nappy right now yourself, Cheddar. So we're gonna be just Southern California hippies right now talking about bad vibes, yo. But anyway, hey gurus, hey everybody out there. Honestly, bad vibes are like someone passing gas in public and pretending like it didn't happen. You know what I'm talking about? Bad vibes are just simply a way of acknowledging that we all have bad moods and we are affected by other people's bad moods. Now, let me just tell you a little bit of the science of where I'm coming from. I myself am a very sensitive, kind of fragile little soul. And my whole life I grew up thinking, if only I could grow a thicker skin. Did you know the science of a thicker skin actually comes from the reptilian brain, which is right back here? So every time someone says, oh, get a thicker skin, what they actually mean is go to your fight or flight brain, grow less sensitive, and really learn to discern whether you need to come or go in any situation. So that's actually not bad advice, right, Cheddar? I think animals are really good at discerning whether people are safe or not. But the thicker skin thing can serve you or not. Sometimes we need to actually learn whether people are safe or not and tap into our innate sense of knowingness and not grow thicker skin, but actually listen more deeply. So here's the thing. That's my first little tip. Listen. If you don't feel safe, get the heck out of there. Why stay? Don't grow thicker skin. No. Own it. If it's not a good vibe, I'm saying from Southern California, get out. Okay? That's my first thing. Don't grow thicker skin. Listen to the mammalian brain, which is saying fight or flight, and just go. Right? Kimberly says 80% of people's thoughts are negative, so it causes the fight or flight. That is true. But here's the thing. We need to learn how to listen. We need to learn how to listen to ourselves, and we become so desensitized to listening that we go home and at the end of a long day, we feel crappy and we don't even know why. So I want to cut to the chase of today's thing. Several people ask me how I deal with negative feelings and how I kind of clear my energy, because many of you know I do yoga teaching and I do intuitive readings and I speak in public a lot. And sometimes I come home and I feel crappy and I don't know why. I'm like, why do I feel so crappy after teaching a yoga class? I mean, you wouldn't think that you'd feel crappy after teaching yoga, but sometimes I do. And I'm thinking, oh, it's not me. I don't feel crappy because of anything about me. I feel crappy because I picked up on someone else's energy. So here's the thing. There are actually things that you can do to clear your energy of other people's energy. Just like if you walk through a garbage dump and you pick up a bad smell, or like my grandmother's house used to smell of mothballs, you want to wash that smell off of you. You want to wash that energy off of you so that you're not picking up on other people's energy. Cool? So we're going to start first with our energy, and then we're going to do a quick little thing of energy in your space. Now, for some of you, you're going to be like, okay, I'm tapping out because this is really woo-woo, but I'm telling you, it's actually very practical. Think about it. If you walk through a smoky room, you're going to smell like smoke. It's the same thing energetically. It's just the same thing. So you want to be clear that whatever you're feeling is really your feeling. So step one, I know you've all heard of sage. Sage is like a feather. All you have to do is light it. I like to use a pilot light, but here we go. Energy clearing 101, sage. So we're gonna light it. I actually use my stove to light it, but for demonstration purpose today, I'm going to just light the sage. Some of you have your own practices, and good for you. You might not need this, but I'm just going over this for those of us that are out in the public. Maybe you're a therapist, maybe you're a school teacher, maybe you're an accountant and people get mad at you or you're a banker. People get mad at you and you come home and you feel shitty, and so at the end of the day, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna light the sage. You're gonna blow on it. Hopefully you don't get the ashes on your carpet. That's dangerous. So you're gonna blow on it. You're gonna get a good little smoke going. You're gonna start either at the top of your head or your feet. Pick one end. And you're just gonna swirl it around. See, super easy. That's not very woo-woo, right? You can do that. Nobody needs to know. Set an intention like, I'm just letting go. I'm letting go of anything that's not mine. Anything I picked up, I'm letting it go. You're kind of like brushing yourself off, swirling it around, kind of like the natural deodorant. Natural deodorant of the universe. I am getting woo-woo here. And you're working your way down, okay? Ray Brewer, you have some sage. Good. If you don't, you can get it online, Amazon. I'm going to include the link below. I'm going to edit. I'm going to walk back here. Listen, I'm going to pick up the bottom of my feet. I'm going to sage the bottom of my feet, right? Sage, sage, sage. So I've gotten everything. I've browned it. I've gotten the sage. You can put it out in the sink. You can do this around the house too. So say someone comes over, you didn't like their energy, you had a bad conversation, you had a fight. What do? I like this. Like after my family members come over, I'm sage in the house. I'm like walking everywhere. Little sage here, little sage there. You know what? Maybe it does nothing. Maybe there's nothing scientific to saging. Fine. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm getting all the bad juju out. So saging 101, great way. It's like a feather over the place. Now, if that doesn't do the trick, here's number 2. Sage is like the feather. Palo Santo wood. This is your samurai sword. This is for like more extreme situations. This is for like someone threw shade on me. Maybe they threw shade on you on Facebook and you're like, okay, that was serious. That was a serious fight. That person cut me off in the Starbucks line and like caused me to not get my latte before yoga class. I need to seriously cut that off of my body, cut that energy off of my body, or cut that energy off my space. Palo Santo wood, I will also put a link to that down there in case you don't know how to spell it. Again, you light that. Ray, I'm gonna put where you get this. This takes a little longer to light. So if you have a gas stove, awesome. Let it burn for a little bit. Let it get going. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly, I'm totally talking about non-Midwestern stuff. It's totally all Southern California woo-woo here. We're talking about how to clear energy. After you've had an interaction with someone, after someone's thrown shade on you, or maybe you were in a bad mood and maybe you acted less than exemplary towards someone else. So you lit the wood, you're blowing it off, you can see that there's some good smoke. And again, you're either starting at your feet, top of the head, swirling it around. It has a really beautiful smoky smell. This is Palo Santos wood. Kimberly says, my family freaks out if I use sage. They hate the smell. I've got something for you. So I use crystals, sea salt, and Archangel Michael. Awesome. Lori says, my hair looks great. Thank you, Lori. I did it just for this post. Anyway, so the Palo Santo, it's like a samurai sword. It's much stronger than the sage in terms of its energy, so I'm told, at getting rid of any bad juju, any bad vibes. So you're going to start with your head or your feet. You're going to swirl it around all of the limbs of your body. Well, you set some kind of intention like, I'm letting go of anything that's not mine. I'm letting go of any interactions that I had that don't serve me. Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. I love that. I'm letting go of anything, any ways in which I acted less than my highest, most loving self. And you're just letting it go. You're letting that energy go. You're letting that shiznit go. You can also use this to smudge your space. So sage, like a feather, softer. You can use it more regularly. Palo Santo wood. This is what you're going to use when you need a samurai sword to cut through stuff, okay? I'm gonna put both those links to Amazon. You can get them super cheap on Amazon at the bottom of this post. Next, Kimberly said that her family doesn't like the smell of the smoke. I get it. Sometimes you wanna be a little more incognito than that, in which case I have Florida water. This is Blessed Cologne. Doesn't smell. And all you have to do with this, I actually have this in my car. That's how like paranoid I am. Living in LA, second biggest city in the world. There's some people out there like with some bad vibes. I'm just driving down the road in my little modest Subaru. Some jerk comes by and he just starts like swerving into me this morning on my way to teach yoga. I'm like Miss Yoga Teacher with my little cup of like green tea, like do, listen to my yoga vibes music, and this guy out of nowhere like cuts me off, starts honking at me, starts like flipping me the bird, and I whip out my stuff and I start going like this. So I get a little bit in my palms and I'm like this, and I'm like, and I just start like patting down my limbs, and I'm like, okay, I didn't need that. Now, again, I know this is full on woo California, but you get a little of this Florida water, you put it all over yourself. I swear to God, you try it. The bar is low. It's $4. I'm not selling anything. You just try it. You will feel better. You will feel like, okay, that person's energy was theirs. I have now cleared my energy, and all you have to do, maybe you see clients a lot. Maybe you're a physical therapist. Maybe you interact with the public. Maybe people's energy like comes on you and you don't even know it. You leave and you have a bad vibe. You're just gonna put it on your neck, on the back of your arms, top of your feet. It's that fast. And you're like, okay, done, we're done there. Okay, got it? Florida water. Put it in your purse. Put it in your desk. Put it in your car. Doesn't smell. You can take it with you. Cool? All right. Again, I'll post that link so that you can get it online. Super cheap. I think this whole bottle is $4. It'll last you forever. Last but not least, if you don't like liquid, if you don't like smoke, if you don't like smells, a bell. Come on, you guys can do a bell. Tell me you can't do a bell. Sound. Believe it or not, sound can clear a space. That's why monks chant. That's why people sing, to actually clear a space. So, any bell. This happens to be a bell that I got when I was living with Buddhist nuns in India. So this is a very special bell to me. But they use this bell to clear space. Now, if you've ever seen a dark, thick smoke, hey Jerry, how are you? Yes, I remember you from Minnesota. Jerry, we're talking about clearing energy from spaces now. We've talked about body, now we're going to talk about spaces. Anyway, energy, just like dust bunnies, tends to collect where? In corners. So if you want to clear your space, let's say you just had a fight with your spouse. God forbid, but let's say you did. Or in your office, you're feeling like your mind is clouded, you're not moving forward on a project. Really simple things you can do. 1, smudge it, unless you can't smudge it because you work with other people. 2, get out the bell. Ring the bell in the corners. Just like you would vacuuming up those dust bunnies, this bell is going to move energy. I kid you not. Again, yes, I'm in Southern California. I don't eat granola, but I do have a really weird name, Siddiqi Ray. So I am telling you these things. But who else is going to tell you about clearing out your energy, people? It has fallen upon me to bring this information to you. But I promise you, you will feel better. If you do this and you don't feel better, let me know. So the bell is clearing the corners of the spaces, okay? Clearing from the very corner at the bottom of the floor all the way up to the ceiling. Clear all the corners of the walls and then clear the center. I'm telling you, it works. Last but not least, if you don't want to use the sage because you don't like the smoke, if you don't want to use the Palo Santo wood because you forget how to spell it and you don't want to buy it, If you don't want to use the Florida water because, I don't know, you just don't want to. If you don't want to use a bell because you don't want to, you don't want anybody to know what you're doing. If you want to do this energy clearing completely incognito, here is my last technique for you. Are you guys watching? Are you ready? You can do this anywhere, at any time, in public. Nobody will really catch what you're doing because you're going to do it so fast. Ready? You're going to rub your hands together. You can do it now. Nobody's watching. Well, I'm not watching, but anyway, you're rubbing your hands together, right? So you're getting the energy going, you're warming things up. Then you're taking the backs of your hands, pasting them together like this, down your belly button. You're pulling energy towards you, pushing energy away from you. So for all intents and purposes, you're saying I'm pulling in what's mine and pushing away what's not mine. And then from your groin down, you're like you have an invisible zipper, like the zipper on my jacket. You're zipping your energy up. You're pushing it out. And I like to add a snap to be sassy. Snap. So again, we're rubbing our hands together. We're pushing them like this. We're pulling our energy in. We're pushing it out. We're zipping it up. And we're snapping it like, hey, it's my space, it's mine, I'm getting rid of what's not mine. Cool? One more time. So this is what it might look like. I'm walking down the street. Some dude threw me some shady look and I'm like, ew, I just got slimed. It's like Ghostbusters. So I'm like this. This is what it looks like. I'm like, see? Nobody even saw that I did that. Energy Clearing 101, people. You heard it right here from your favorite cheeky Siddiqi, your Southern California wackadoodle friend. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Put in the comment sections if you have any questions for me. Happy to totally help you. Go to my Facebook page, my public Facebook page. Like me, pretty please. Nobody likes me over there. Go on, like me on my public Facebook page. It looks the same as this. I love you guys. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you, here to serve you. Go check out my website for more information. There's a great free online assessment that you can take for your blind spots, the things that are keeping you stuck in your life, and you'll get a great, great, great little PDF report that is customized to you. Great to see you guys. Kimberly, stop calling it woo-woo. It's not woo-woo, it's quantum physics. That is true, Kimberly. You are right. I just like to be funny about it. Deidre, you are so awesome. Deidre, how's the baby? Deidre, we gotta catch up. I want to see the baby. Andrea, hi Siddiqi, so glad to see you. Love to see you. Oh, you guys are awesome. It's so good to see you on here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. If you have any other topics in quantum physics that you want me to cover, or you have questions that you want me to channel about, I am going to be on here more regularly because I got my hair did, I got my colors did, and I got some stuff to say. So if anybody has any questions, put them in the comment section. Go on my website, fill out the contact form, and I will be back on Facebook Live to serve you. Namaste, gurus. Remember to be your own guru. Mwah.